But in the last 24 hours, what has exactly happened?
Well, basically, players like Cobie, like Trey Kaufman, who we're going to have on later as well, now can get paid for their name, image, and likeliness, which is, in a sense, saying, to break that down in a simpler term, already rich and very extremely wealthy universities and the NCAA will stop getting money for incredible athletes like Cobie and Trey. Basically, it is the athletes getting the money they deserve. Finally, after all of these years, I mean, there were athletes couldn't have YouTube pages because they could earn money off of it. Athletes couldn't have merch. They couldn't put their own name on their own shirt. Athletes couldn't put Cobie Barnes on his own shirt, or he would get some kind of a punishment, whether if that was he loses his entire scholarship, whatever that may be.
I got suspended for 4 games for making money. I'm just going to put that out there.
So there's so many players that, you know, are incredible athletes that have missed out on so many opportunities financially for in the moment whenever they were playing, even in some cases down the road because they couldn't build that brand while they were in college. So, you know, like Buck said, it's been a long time coming. This is a big day. This is a huge day in NCAA sports. It's a day that was coming. It's a day that needed to come. And yeah, we're here with Cobie to kind of get his reaction on it. So, Cobie, what do you see of this?
Like you guys said, it's been a long time coming. I actually wrote a research paper about this as a senior as to why NCAA athletes should be paid, and everything's just like it's finally coming to what it should be, because I sat down with my team last year and we came up, like, we figured out how many hours we spend in the gym per week with just physical labor. That's not counting like extracurricular stuff that the team does or anything like that. And we ended up getting to like 56 hours a week. And for us to not be able to make any compensation or anything like that, we felt like that was, to be nice, it was messed up. But I feel like it's what's right, and now we'll just get to make money off of how we should be able to.
So let me ask you this question. First things first is what do you say to people that you are earning money by your stipend and having a college, you're getting a college education for free, and like that is your payment for bringing the school millions upon millions of dollars every year? What do you say to people like that? Because I know what I'm going to say.
It's exactly what you said at the end. We bring the school millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars, and we get $1,000 every month for rent, food, utilities, and gas, everything. It's like $1,000, you can't make it stretch that far.
Yeah.
And then you got to save, you got to do all that, and it's like, come on, like you gotta think bigger picture.
Yeah, so, Cobie, the thing for me is that you say, 56 hours a week. Right now it's about what I'm pulling at work, and if I had to do that for free or for $1,000 a month, I tell you right now, I'd have a lot more free time on my hands because I would not be working. I tell you that, man. But the one thing I want to know is like, have they told you like what the percentage is going to be, break down to, is it obviously probably going to be more in Division I than in Division II, or anything else? Have you heard anything as to what the percentage is going to break down?
No, I haven't heard anything, but I just know that we could, like, if I want to give lessons now or like host a camp or do anything like that, like I could do that, and it would be perfectly fine.
It's awesome.
Sorry, Wyatt.
You're good, buddy.
So one thing that has always irked me, because I was a college athlete for 5 years, and there were certain people that I hung around that were in the band or something to that effect, and they were on scholarship as well, getting a free education. A guy was paying like half of my education, and I was getting $1,700 a month for my stipend. But these people that were on a band scholarship, getting their education for free, they could give lessons to kids, earn cash. They were getting paid to play at the games, so their pet band, they were getting paid to play at the games, and when they would do like concerts, they would get paid for the concert as well. So, Cobie, you as an athlete, how do you feel about other students that are doing the same exact thing as you are, maybe not playing sports, but like student teaching or playing in the band, they are able to practice their profession and get paid for it while you couldn't, like, previously?
I feel like that's a tough one because I feel like everybody should be able to make money if they have the means to do it. If they're really good at something, I feel like they should be able to make money for it. So they say we're amateurs. They say all this. It's a job. Like it's a job.
Well, and on top of, you mentioned that you put in 56 hours a week on the court, and that's not counting any extracurriculars or anything. On top of that, you've still got, on average, for the average college student, 20 hours of classwork to do, plus homework, plus studying. And, normal college kids, all they have to do is just study. That's all they have to do. They have to go to class and study. That's the only things they have to do. Where you as athletes, you guys have to put in that time, as well as you have to put in time in the gym. And if they put in extra time, if they were to put in an extra 56 hours per week at Chipotle or whatever restaurant was near them, they would get paid for that. So that was always my issue, is how do these other students who are going to college and have a job, not necessarily on a court or field, how are they getting paid? And these guys aren't, who are, 99.9% of them are putting in more hours than the regular college student. I would probably go ahead and say 100% of the students that aren't athletes don't put in as much. But I looked this up and I got these numbers. In 2015, the average NCAA Division I school made $9.15 billion, billion with a B, in revenue off of their sports.
How much did you make last year?
$0.
Okay. I'm just making sure.
That's just the average. That's not all of them put together. That is the average Division I school in 2015 made that much money, and not one college student saw a penny of that. And they were the ones who generated it. They're the ones who brought it in. That's really why I've always had this huge issue with it. And like Buck said earlier, that people are going to be mad. People are always going to say, oh, well, their payment is the free education, blah, 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 blah. Well, I get it that that's part of it, but you got to think, you guys are bringing in all of this money. How is there no, put back off of that? But to take a step away from that for a second, I wanted to ask you, how's the whole Johnny Logan thing going so far? How is school?
Oh, it's great. I've been up there for the past 3 weeks, and I just got back home 2 days ago, and we went down to Montgomery, Alabama, and played 5 games this past weekend, and it went really well. Talked to a lot of coaches, and it's been nice to just be able to have fun and play basketball.
Right. I'm sure you can't go too much into detail on this, so if you can, I respect that 110%. Don't answer if you can't. Have you spoken with any D1 schools outside of Johnny Logan to see about possibly transferring?
Not until after this year.
Okay. So you have to wait 1 year and then go?
If Duke called tomorrow and said they need a wing and they need him tomorrow, then I could go.
You'd be in North Carolina is what you're telling me?
Yeah.
I would hope so. But yeah, so that was always kind of the issue I had with it, was, that there was all these hours put in through athletes and they didn't get it. So moving forward, do you have any goals or aspirations of making a brand, a camp, anything to profit off of your name and likeliness? And if so, what were the ideas you had?
Yeah, I was actually talking to my mom today, and we talked about a camp and then running like a little camp at Floyd Central or something like that. And also one of my friends he graduated 2 years ago, and we talked about doing a podcast together. So
nice. When you say are you all looking at like a comedy, a sports? What kind of base would that be?
Just about anything. Just in there talking. Two guys talking. So
I love it. Two guys and a mic.
Well,
That's how it's supposed to be.
we know some guys who do a sports podcast. So if you guys ever want to, collab or just you want some pointers, man. I know some guys who could help you out with that.
He said pointers, not pornos.
yeah.
Weirdo.
Oh, this guy.
So go ahead, Buck.
Okay, so I mean, I hate to keep talking about this money thing with the college thing, but like I am very passionate about it because I was a broke ass college kid for 5 years, eating tuna and ramen and digging around for some loose change for a freaking hamburger, right? And then having to walk at 15 minutes to the practice field and back and missing the cafeteria because they closed at 6 and practice got done at 5:40 and you had 15 minutes. It was just dumb. But so you said you were going to hold possibly some camps and like other things to, supplement your income. With that being said, if you would have known this was coming down the pike sooner, would you have still gone the same route that you did, or would you have possibly stayed at Indiana State and maybe built up your name more so you could, say, hey, I'm a Division I guy, not versus a JUCO guy, to bring more people to your camp? Have you thought about that any? Like, would you have changed anything?
It was gonna be a local camp, and I feel like most people around here know who I am.
Right.
And like it's me being at Indiana State or me being at Vincennes or John A. Logan, it's not gonna that's not gonna change who's gonna come or not. And after this, it was gonna be after like this season, so after I commit and everything. So I've got some pretty big schools that I've been talking to recently. So
I get tired of the guys at work talking junk about how they could school me at basketball. Can 40-year-old men come to your camp?
yeah.
All right, perfect.
But you got to be at least 5'7" tall, and you're only 5'6".
I'm 5'9" in an eighth. All right.
Sorry, Cobie. My bad. So, guys, I want to apologize up front. Like, I am very passionate about this. About this subject.
You should be.
In the
Don't
NCAA,
apologize.
just because, like, I've seen kids get effed over by the dumbest things. Like, what was it? Was it Bradley Bush that got his Heisman taken away
was
because
just going to bring that up. Yeah.
Just because he borrowed a suit to go to the Heisman or something. It's something ridiculous. So
that, and I think they bought his mom a car or something like that.
Well, I mean, like, that's kind of crossing the line a little bit. But Cobie, do you think there should be some type of regulation, saying like Ohio State can't pay more than a Indiana State, like a
salary cap in a sense? I was right asked that.
Yeah, should there be some type of rule just like that?
If you got it, then you got it. That's kind of where my mind's at.
So basically, what you're saying is the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, right?
Yeah, because I think this is mainly to combat stuff like the NBA is doing with the G League and doing all that, so they can make it to where, you can still come to college and make money like all of that.
Yeah.
You don't go straight to be a professional. You can still come be an amateur and still make money. So I just don't. I don't know.
So what's a Cobie Barnes? Signing bonus look like? Like, what are you like? I mean, are you looking for just an extra character in a video game? Are you looking for like a champion? Like, I mean, I see the champion sweatshirt right now. Like, I mean, are you lobbying for some sort of you do some sort of advertisements? Like, what are you looking at?
If Champion's listening to this right now, you can send me as you want, and I'll do whatever you want. But it's
don't say that. They'll have you by the Ganonas.
Yeah, they can have me. I don't know. I'm just playing it by ear, and I'm not really worried about it because I know it's gonna come.
If you had to choose a brand, what brand would you jump on with right now? If let's say every brand in the world wanted you, what is the dream brand and you would hop right on?
Nike.
Adidas. You said a Nike.
Adidas.
I'm an Adidas baby.
Yeah,
I know you're a big fan of the Dames, right? The Dame shoes. I remember you showed us them last time. So are you? Are you sending your pitch to Adidas like, hey, look, all I want is free Dame, was it their Dame 2s, right?
You send me those and I'll be cool. You don't have to send me nothing else.
I want, I want free Dame 2s for life. That's all Cobie wants.
So
I love it, man.
So Cobie, let me ask you this: do you think there's going to be like or NBA current players going to their alma maters, like let's say Devin Booker goes to Kentucky and says, "Hey, I will give these kids $10,000 a piece to come to Kentucky over Duke." Do you think we're going to see something like that happen?
I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm not. I don't think that's gonna be.
I mean, it's happening now. It's just illegal now, but
that much. Like,
Oh, we
I think
lost
we lost
him.
he probably got a
no.
phone call or something. It's 100% fine.
He'll come back.
Yeah.